Today I'm going to discuss, I would like to discuss JEE mains subject to mathematics paper. Just is given that already paper, we can answer 40 to 50 questions. Also, it's not you don't have any big, not much big calculations. We can see this, and we will start discussing the questions, which is the common. The first question is for calculus and definitely integral statement. And it's not a big, it's a small technical calculation, you can do it easily. But it's square from x into only just denominator factors x square plus x plus 1. Now we factors the denominator, that is square root x plus 1 into square root of x square 4 plus x square plus 1 if factors x square plus x plus 1 into x square minus x plus 1 is just you can cancel it. And square root x square plus x plus 1 if you cancel it, then you get into the form 0 to square root x. Your square root x plus 1 into x square minus x plus 1 is nothing but x plus x power 3 plus 1 is. Here we'll try to bring it to the formula form, standard formula form. That's why we write x equals to root x divided by your square root of, you can write it x to the root of 3 by 2 whole square plus 1 square x. Just we go for substitution. X to the power of 3 by 2 equal to 3 we consider it. Then you can write it 3 by 2 equal x to the power of 1 by 2 dx equal to d. Then you can write x dx can be written as 2 by 3. The even limits also we can change it. Just x place in place it to the power of 3 by 2. As well as anyway lower will be the 0 okay. Then you can write it integral 0 to the power of 3 by 2. This also changing. Upper limit is to the power of 3 by 2 and this is. Then you can write it 1 by square root of 1 plus d square. Standard formula we can apply it. This is nothing but log of modulus d plus square root of 1 plus d square plus 6. Plus, we just by applying the limit we can write it. And apply the limits 0 to 2 to the power of 1. Just by applying the limit, we can get. And we carry is 2 by 3 2 by 3 if you are here. You are also 2 by 3 with that, and you can write it 2 by 3. It is equal to 2 by 3. Log of modulus 2 to the power of 3 by 2. Square root of 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 by 2 whole square. You get cancel and you will be get that square root of 1 plus 8 is square root 9 square root 9 is 17. Therefore, you can select the option 2 by 3 log 2 by 3 plus this is the fourth option will be the answer. That will be the first question. Then we move to the second question. And you can write it. The system of equations x plus y plus z equal to 6, x plus y plus y z equal to 10, 2x plus 3y plus lambda z equal to 2 has infinitely many solutions. But infinitely many solutions means you can take it. And delta in first condition we can take it. Delta equal to 0. Delta if you write it 1, 1, 1. Here 1, 2, 5. And 2, 3 log. You make it equal to 0. We can get the value. We'll get it. Lambda value is 6 here. Similarly, mu also we have to find it. That's why I'm considering delta 2 equal to 0. Delta 2 equal to 0. If you write delta 2 equal to 0, you get 1 for 2. And 1, 2, and 3. And you can write 6, 10 plus 1. But expand it if you want it. The new quantity is 6. U equal to 6. They are asking us to find out lambda plus B. That is 6 plus 16. Then we are getting even 56. That's the answer is left. And expand it. So we can go to the next question. This is from limits and continuity derivative. Continuous. And already the given is a combination of definite integrals and continuity derivative. That's why you will first we simplify this function. What is given? We limit extending to your left hand limit is equal to continuous and is continuous exponential. F is a continuous function. Therefore, you can calculate left hand limit is equal to the right. Left hand limit is equal to the right hand limit. Left hand limit, if you take it 1 by 3, limit extends to 5 by 2 minus. Limit extending to 5 by 2 minus f of x. It is equal to limit extending to 5 by 2 plus f of x. That's the left limit is given very clearly, that is 1 by 3. And the right limit they given as limit extending to 5 by 2. We are selecting the function which is x greater than 5 by 2. Then we can write it b into 1 minus sin x 1 5 by 5 minus 2x x. Okay, then we will write it outside. And here if you substitute the limit, we are getting 0 by 0 form. Here we get 0 by 0 form. That's why you can apply L'Hopital's. We can apply it. Just applying L'Hopital's. L'Hopital's rule apply. That's why we can write it b into limit extending to 5 by 2. 5 by 2. You can write it. Sin x differentiation is cos x. Anyway, 1 0 minus cos x divided by 2 times of 5 minus 2x into minus 2 into minus 2. This rule if you simplify it to this one. And here also now we are applying the limit. Again we are getting 0 by 0 form. That's why I'm going to once again I'm applying the L'Hopital's. Just 1 by 3 equal to 1 by 3 equal to b into limit extending to 5 by 2. Limit extending to 5 by 2. Just once again, if you differentiate it, cos x differentiation is minus sin x. That's minus of minus becoming plus sin x divided by you can write it already 2 into minus 2, minus 4, and 1 more 1, minus 2 we are getting. That is minus 8. We comes like plus 8. We have to plus 8. That's right. Plus 8. Sin x equal to 5 minus 2x. We do 5 minus 2x into minus 2. Here minus 4 into we get it. Yes, minus 2x. That's why you can write it here. This side we have 1 by 3. And 1 by 3. 8 we will side this side. 8 by 3 equal to, if you obtain the limit, sin 5 by 8 is 1, that's why b equal to 8 by 2. Now again, second part we have to do it. That is from definite integrals, as modulus they given. That's why the limit b value substitute in the limit here. 8 by 3, that's why we got the limit 0 to 2. Modulus x square plus 2x minus 3 dx here. Okay, 0 to 2. Suppose if you take the turning point, if you take it x square plus 2x minus 3 equal to 0, the factors we take it as factors x square plus 3x minus ax, which will be written as x. Here you get the factors x equal to minus 3 or 1. Just to positive or negative to find it, we will consider minus 3 and 1 and start the baby curve will apply it and suppose 2 will be given, 0 will be given, 3 0 to 1 it is negative below the x-axis. 1 to 2 it is above the x-axis. That's why we can write it. Minus of 0 to 1 we have constant minus. 0 to 1 x square plus 2x minus 3 dx. Plus we can write it 1 to 2 it is a positive, that's why I'm making as a positive x square plus 2x minus 3 dx. Just integrate normal integration only. By doing normal integration, we get the final value just by calculating integration. Minus 4, you can write it x cubed by 3 plus 2 into x square by 2. 3x square by 2 minus 3x. Similarly, apply the limits the same. Similarly, here also x cubed by 3 plus 2 into x square by 2 minus 3x. And if you apply the limits, 1 to 2 apply and simplify will get the answer. That's the answer is 4 forms. Just to continue it as well as given from definite integrals, modulus function like cos. The concepts are about this. But it's easy to teach. The next one also like that only here ellipse and as well as decreasing function calculus, they both are there. That's why here they given represents an equation of an ellipse. The major axis of given ellipse is y-axis. Means the figure. How do you get the figure? Major axis is y-axis. That means in this case, b is greater than a. Yes, sir. That's why b square greater than a square we will consider. And we will write it therefore 3a plus 4b greater than therefore a square plus 2a plus 7 is greater than therefore 3a plus 14 greater than therefore a square plus 2a plus 7. But what they given in the sum, it is a decreasing function they mentioned. Decreasing function. That's why we can continue. Is 3a plus 14 is less than 3a plus 14 less than a square plus 2a plus 7 because it is a decreasing function. Now if you simplify it, a square minus a minus 7 greater than 0. Now if you factor such generally we write it minus b plus or minus root of b square minus this here you get plus 28 by 2. Just again it's okay, now a values that means we can write it the interval alpha and beta minus of alpha comma beta element or minus of course we will write it as the interval a less than 1 minus square 29 by 2 or a greater than 1 plus square 29 by 2. Just if you write it or minus of the or minus of minus infinity to this one union 1 plus root 29 by 2 infinity. That is only I am writing directly or minus of alpha comma beta. Alpha comma beta. That is means what you get alpha comma beta. Alpha is nothing but 1 minus the root 29 by 2 and beta can be written as 1 plus square root 29 by 2. Because if you mark it, this is 1 minus root 29 by 2 and this point is 1 plus square root 29 by 2 and it is greater than 1 plus 29 less than 1 minus 2. That is, this is the part we have to compensate. Just by adding these two, root 29 and root 29 get cancelled, 1 plus 1 is 2. Yes, the answer is 4. We are getting the 4th. Just to get only the constant, decreasing constant, if you know, you can get into this calculation part also not so big. You know, easily get answer. A person has 3 different bags and 4 different books. The number of ways in which he can put these books in the bags so that no bag is empty. No bag is empty. A person has 3 different bags and 4 different books. That's why it is some goes under grouping. Grouping it goes here. Grouping it will get. Grouping it will get. This is what we have. 3 guys we have. That's why 3. And how many we have? 4. 4 different books we have. And we have to put it back 1 and back 2, back 3. That is generally we take it as 1, 1, 2. That's why you are doing the grouping. This is how many ways you can distribute in a 3 bags, 4, 5 you get. Here, 1, 5 you get. Into 1, 5 you get. Into 2, 5 you get. But 2 are similar. These 2 are similar. Similarly, we are distributing. That's why we are writing as a 2 factorial. And among how many? 3 different bags we are distributing. That's why we have to write it as 3 factorial. Okay, by simple for 8. 4 factorial is 24. And your 2 factorial 2 factorial 4. This is 6. And 4 6s get answer. And you get 36. Just a little bit you have an idea about the 2. Then you can answer this question very easily. This is so. Next one is consider relation or defined on the set A equal to minus 2 minus 1 0 1 2 defined by AB. A comma B belongs to a if and only if one condition like it. 1 plus A. We are doing something. This is from the relations. And 1 plus AB greater than 0. That means in the set A comma B belongs to R already taken. Suppose reflexive means what we do, what we take, both the elements to be taken as a same. And that is, we can write it 1 plus B plus also will substitute 1 plus A square. But yeah, already this is total expression is also a positive. And this given condition it is satisfying. 1 plus A square is greater than 0. Therefore, you can write A comma A belongs to R. A comma A belongs to means this is purely we can say that it is a reflexive. Purely we can say that it is a reflexive. Symmetric we will take it. A comma B that is 1 plus AB greater than 0. And also you can write 1 plus BA also greater than 0. Therefore, that means what we can say A comma B belongs to R as well as B comma A belongs to R. Therefore, it is symmetric. But one more we have to check. First, I am checking the equivalence relation. Okay, no, this is for the equivalence first I am checking. Then I am trying to write the number of cases symmetric. Okay, second statement I am trying to check first. And next one is given symmetric equivalence. And we have to take it, any one of the elements we take from this. My A equal to the given minus 2. That's I'm taking minus 2 comma 0. And 0, 0 comma 2 belongs to R. Anything you get. Minus 1 and also you can. Then you can write it minus 2. And it's compulsory if it is transitive, it must be minus 2 comma 2 belongs to R. Then it is the we can say that it is a transitive we can say. But if you check it in that 1 minus 2 into 2, what do you get it out of 1 minus 1 plus minus 2 into 2, we are getting the negative number. Therefore, what you can say purely from this, we can say that it does not belongs to R. Therefore, it is not transitive. Not transitive means what you can say. Therefore, it is not an equivalence relation. Transitive. Not transitive means, therefore, it is not, or is not, or is not an equivalence relation. Or is not an equivalence relation. Okay. Statement. Statement 2 is wrong. Which one is having statement 2 is incorrect. That is okay. Next we consider first one. The number of elements in R is 17. Is it correct or not? First we will take it A equal to minus 2. We'll substitute there 1 minus B greater than 0. Minus if you take out the comma, it would be minus 1 less than. B less than 1 by 2. Less than 1 by 2 from this side, we consider the side, it will have been here. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. These are the elements. Less than 1 by 2, if you take it, what are the elements you get? Less than 1 by 2. 3 elements minus 2. Here 3 elements. How many you get? 3 elements. What are those 3 elements? Minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus 1. With this, you can write down pairs. Okay, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, 0 we get. Similarly, I am considering the next one, a equal to minus 1 and b, and I am substituting here minus 1. The place of a, they give a relation 1 plus ab greater than 2. Here I am substituting. While substituting here, we are getting 1 minus b. 1 minus b greater than 0 means b less than 1. B less than 1, if you take it, how many elements you are getting? They are also here getting the 3 elements minus 2 minus 1 is 3 elements. 3 elements. Similarly, I will consider the next value a equal to 0. A equal to 0 means what you are getting? 1 greater than that is all the elements you will take it. 1 greater than 0. That's why I am going to take here you get 5 elements. For me, you can do any element. Like it is 1 greater than 0. That is 1. Next, if you consider a equal to 1, here you get 1 plus b greater than b greater than minus 1. B greater than minus 1 is how many elements are there? Greater than 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 elements. Even in the next case, if you do it, what you get next one is a equal to 2. A equal to 2, if you substitute 1 plus 2b greater than 2. Here also you get b greater than minus. Here also we are getting the 3 elements. Totally, if you count it, we are getting 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 12. 3 times of 4 plus 1, 17. Yeah. That's right. First statement is okay. No, that's what is the statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Our option is the answer. Okay, just little carefully if you think that way, you know this one also easy to do. You don't need so much of all this because you understand idea and everything. That you get a much. Next, if you take it, the series, we have to observe the series and with the roots of the equation, what we get? The first term finding the roots, just minus 2x plus x minus 2 equal to 0 here. Yes, everybody can find out easily the roots. Then you can write it x equal to minus 1 comma. Just you find the roots and keep it away. And now I am going to take the one form. What is given? 3 plus 4 plus 8 plus 9 plus 13. So on up to 40 terms given. But if you observe this, only if you get the idea of series writing, if you get the idea, the remaining part of the sum not at all difficult. That's if you observe it, difference is not being the same. But if you observe it, the 3, 8, 13, if you say, if you take it, those the difference, you have 5 differences. That's why I'm splitting the series into 2 parts. 3 plus 8 plus 13 plus and so on. You are writing. How many terms like this? You are 20 terms. Okay, now alternate terms you are taking. No, that's next to alternate terms if you take it. 4 plus 9 plus 9 plus here what is the difference? 5, 14. Plus and so on. Here also we can write 20 terms. Just we need here to find out the sum of the terms. Sum of the terms formula is if you write it Sn equal to n by 2a plus. Because if you know the last term, you can write it directly as the last term. That's why I'm using this one. Here you write it 20 by 2. Applying the formula 6 plus n minus 1, 19 into d common difference is 5. Plus, here also if you write it 20 by the total number of terms 20, and you can write it a plus n minus 190 into 5. Just by calculating this, you get the values of given 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 3 0 2 0 4 0. Then you can take what is said tan p whole to the pura alpha by 1020. Okay, he is the root of the equation basically. First we calculate tan beta whole power alpha by 1 0 1 0 2 0. Then tan beta whole to the pura we can consider 2 power 0 4 0 divided by 1 0 2. Just 2 times you can cancel it. That's the tan beta whole square. Now we got here 2 roots we got it. What are the roots? Minus 1 and 2. But square cannot be a negative. That's what we can consider. Tan square beta equal to we can consider as 2. And they give only the positive value because anyway, whatever the question they asked in the square root they asked. Otherwise, like you can start. Suppose take a triangle. And to find sin beta cos theta, here we get the opposite side. And this here we can write it square. Now they are asking us to find it sin square beta plus 3 times of cos theta. Sin square is opposite by hypotenuse 2 by 3 by squaring 2 by 3. Okay? 2 by 3 square. You are 3 into 1 by 3 and what is the answer? 5. This is a memory based question. So it's 5. 3 is the answer. Okay. This is here. Just from now, sequence with this thing and I'm getting it the next up with the trigonometry as well as quantity. If we move to the next question. The line is passing through the point of intersection of 3x plus 4y equal to 1 and 4x plus 3y equal to 1. Intersects the x-axis and P. First, we try to find out the point of intersection. What are the lines they given? 3x plus 4y equal to 1. Second line is given 4x plus 3y equal to 1. Just we can now make it a elimination method or trying to do it. First equation multiply with 4 12 x. 4 4s are 16 y equal to 50. Similarly, multiply this one with 12 x plus 9 y. Here 3. Just by subtracting, we get it. So get the answer 16 minus 9 7 y equal to 1 by 3. Y equal to 1 by 7. Sorry. And if you substitute it, x also equals 1 by 7. And what they given after point of intersection lies on the line which is intersecting the axis. Coordinate axis here P and move it and midpoint of the locus of midpoint of H. Just midpoint and consider as H comma K. Then automatically this point what you get? H comma 0 or 0 comma 2. You can write the equation also directly and the midpoint is given. X by H, just if you substitute also x by 2 H, y by 2 K equal to 1. Just 2 as becomes. But whatever you got the point of intersection, what did you get? Point of intersection 1 by 7 comma 1 by 7. This point lies on this line they asked, and they are asking us to find the locus terms. Point lies. Just to substitute it, lies on given that's we are substituting 1 by 7h plus 1 by 7k. 1 by 7k equal to then you can write it 1 by h plus 1 by k. Equal to 7 to 14. Then if you write the locus, what do you get the locus? You write the locus for this. We get it 1 by x. H comma is the locus point. That's why I'm eliminating h and k by using x. So you can write the answer. What is the option? 1 by x plus 1 by y equal to 14. The first option will be used. This is purely from Spiderman. This question is purely from Spiderman and basic concept of the advanced. Next, a student goes to examination center by bus. This is from probability directly they given from just Bayes theorem of playing we can. A student goes to examination center by bus, scooter or no condition they given. He is going by bus. He is going by bus or scooter. Yes, I'm considering scooter or car. See, both are equally probability they given. That's why 1 by 3 we will consider it. And he reaches late. It takes bus, scooter or car. Is the values are given 1 by 5, 1 by 3, and 1 by 4. Given that he reaches late, how he is traveling the probability? He traveled by bus. By traveling by bus, he is reaching late, is reaching. That's why we write it. Probability of bus given by late. And if you take it like this is bus, scooter, car, equal probability 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by the probability of the bus 1 by 3, 1 by 5 by 10. Scooter 1 by 3, and this is 1 by 4. Just if you multiply the bracket, now bus taken. That's why probability of bus into probability of late by bus is divided by sigma all the 3 cases. Total probability derivation the denominator is base. Just we can write it 1 by 3 into 1 by 5. By 3 into 1 by 5 divided by 1 by 3 into 1 by 5 plus 1 by 3. Okay, 1 by 3 anyway common, it is the common and plus 1. So we calculate the marking, the answer is 1 by 47. Next question we will take it. Let O be the vertex of the parabola by square equal to. This is also a purely derived from parabola given by square equal to ax a greater than 0. Let P and Q be two variable points on the parabola such that chords P and OQ are perpendicular to each other. Chords P and Q, OP and OQ bring parameters from the vertex of horizon. If the locus of midpoint of segment PQ is opposite, then the length of lattice segment C that was this one's parametric form if you take it, and if you can this is one and here we are putting the points P and Q. Okay, parametric form I'm considering because it will the parameter given by square root of 48. That's why I'm writing a square comma a Q is a square comma 2. What they mentioned OP and OQ or perpendicular to it. That's why then what you can write is slope of OP into slope of OQ. Slope of OP into slope of OQ is minus. This vertex is nothing but 0, 0. That's why you can find out the slope y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x. Therefore, you can write it here a1 minus 0. That is a1 by a1 square. Similarly, slope of OQ if you consider it a2 by a2 square equal to minus. Here a get cancelled, 1b1 get cancelled, 1b also get cancelled. Then b1, b2 will be left in the denominator. It will cross multiply to that's why we are making b1, b2 equal to minus 3. The locus of midpoint of the segment PQ is a conic C. Then length of lattice sector. The locus of midpoint is that's why we have the midpoint as it. And midpoint concept now we are doing the second one. because same midpoint was only given even in the straight line whatever we did that particulars. Okay, then H equal to and write it midpoint of line A are taking the common and writing T1 square plus D2 square. Similarly, y coordinate here I'm taking as in K, if you take the common T1 plus T2 but if you eliminate this parametric, then we can get into the form. Here I am writing 2h equal to a into here t1 plus t2 square of this. I will write it as a square plus b square form. That's why I'm going to write it a plus b whole square minus 2ab form I'm trying to write. T1 plus t2 whole square minus 2t1 t2. So here you can take a T1 plus T2 for the second condition we can write as K by A. Okay, then we locus point if you eliminate it to the given locus of P2 only to be limited. That is T1 plus T2 is nothing but base 5 base minus T1 T2 already calculated here, that's less limit. Just by multiplying 2h a square by a square by a plus a plus by a plus a minus a. You will get it now in terms of x 2x minus a equal to k I am writing as locus of h comma k I substitute as in the place of h x as in the place. Then you can write it as y square by a. Then y square equal to take it as 2 common a x minus a is into a into x minus a into x over a. What is the length of the ladder segment formula in the paragraph? Length of ladder segment is nothing but 4. Fourier place what do you have to compare the general form? It is 2. The ladder segment is 2. That is. You know what is the option? Second option. Okay, second option is the answer. Okay, you got next. This is also a direct question only. Okay, you can just if you have an idea of the parallel little bit, you can. Next, it is given for vectors. You can a little bit you have the calculation and feeling just to get the sum. But what the it is, you try to finish. Okay, 2 into a bar cross b bar. This is given condition. From this, we try to bring on condition. And a vector symbol is such that if a bar dot symbol equal to 15, they given they are asking us to find c bar dot this order. Finally, we have to find c bar. Yes, c bar if we get top order we can. That's what I'm doing here. The simple manipulation I'm doing. That is, your P bar cross C bar I'm writing as a C bar cross C bar. Whenever you are changing the sign, so you get change. C bar cross C bar P bar. Now what do you get common? You see that cross B bar they are getting the common. Then you can write A bar minus 3C bar cross B bar. And the cross product is 0. Then the parallel or median we can write it. Parallel or median, that's fine. You are writing A bar minus 3C bar parallel to B. Then parallel to A bar minus 3C bar writing the constant lambda. From this, I try to bring A bar minus lambda B bar by 3 equal to C. Yes, C bar actually. C bar means here you get a calculation. That's what we see that. Now A bar dot C bar is equal to what is given? 15. Already we know that A bar dot C bar is first. I'll simplify that. After that, C bar place I'll substitute 2A bar minus lambda B bar by 3 equal to 50. Just 3 plus that side I can complete modulus A bar square minus lambda into A bar dot B1 because minimum B is values. You have to lambda value, if you get it, then C1, then find out the C. There's a modulus A bar square, you see that's where C plus 170, 70 plus 9, that is 26, anyway, whole square is there, 26. That is 2 times of 26. Plus lambda. A bar dot B bar, we get 40, 40 minus 2, 38, 38 minus 3, yeah, in the 25, equal to 50. That's why I have taken it out of the we are getting lambda equal to 52 minus 52 equal to lambda in the passing get 1 just if you substitute lambda, then you get a bar minus 1 by 5 into b bar by then 2 times of your 10 times of a bar minus b bar by 50. When you simple what you get, a bar is given as 4n cap minus j cap plus b cap minus b bar is 10n cap. 10n cap plus 2 j cap minus 8 divided by 50. Here 40, 40 minus 10, 35 cap minus 10j minus minus 12 j cap. Here 30, 30 plus 1, 31 k cap plus 31 k cap. 550. Now this sector you dot with the I cap plus j cap minus 3k cap, and they are asking if you write it 3 your 30 minus dot product I'm writing directly minus 12 and 31 minus 3 it is 9 by calculating with you the answer minus 5 is okay, this is also a direct question only, not a very complicated. That's three conditions are given. It will calculate without calculation, without doing any calculation. Specifically, you can get it. Next, this is for x into square root of 1 minus x. We have limits condition as well as here differential equation. And which form it is there? Differential equation. We will write it first x into square root of 1 minus x square into 2y. It is equal to when write y into square root of 1 minus x square minus x square into cos inverse x into just as and the other side. So I am trying to bring it to the form dy by dx. Here I am trying to bring it dy by dx. Just divide both the expression for x into root of 1 minus x. Just directly I am writing the step. Here you get by dividing root of 1, that is get y into 1 by x. Okay, minus here 1x get cancelled, minus x into cos inverse x divided by square root of 1 minus x. This is looking like in a linear differential equation. That's what we try to convert. We just say by writing the other side, bringing it to the linear equation form. Rewrite it minus y into p of x. P of x is this. It is equal to minus x into cos inverse x by square root of 1 minus x. Okay, cos inverse. Then first, this is in the form of dy by dx integral linear differential equation form. P of x into y equal to q of x. Therefore, first we require to find the differential linear differential equation integrating factor. What is the integrating factor? E to the power integral p of x. If you take it p of x as what is given p of x, please what do you have? Minus 1 by x is 1 by x, that is e power minus log x. Log x power minus 1 divided, that is 1 by x. Okay, now we'll create the differential equation. Differential equation can be written as integrating factor is equal to integral of integrating factor into q of x dx. Q of x dx plus c. And integrating factor, what do you get? 1 by x into here also integrating factor is 1 by x into q of x is minus x into cos of x divided by square root of 1 minus x squared or dx. Okay, then you can write it as okay, y by x. Your x get cancelled. This is if you see that cos inverse x differentiation is your f dash x by f of x form it is already given f dash x by sorry f of x whole power n into f dash x form. X whole power n f dash of x that means this is f of x whole power n plus 1 by n. That's why we can write it just n plus 1 by n. Therefore, we can write it cos inverse x whole square by 2 plus this. But they given limit extending to 1 minus y of x equal to 1 limit. Limit extending to 1 minus y of x equal to 1 limit. That is y value is 1. X value is 2. So we write it 1 by 1 plus your cos inverse x cos inverse 1 by 2 plus see that's why we got we are getting this cos inverse 1 is 0. That's why we are getting c value is but now we will substitute the equation and we frame the differential equation with the c value. We write the differential equation y by x equal to cos inverse x whole square by 2 and c value is 1. Then what they are asking us to find y of 1 by 2 they are asking and means y of 1 by 2 they are asking means y value is equal to find x value is then x equal to and x equal to 1. That's why we can calculate y equal to x on substanding this side 1 by 2 into cos inverse of 1 by 2. Cos inverse of 1 by 2 is 5 by 3 whole square by 2 plus 1. Okay, now if we simplify it, we get into the formula. Let the value 1 by 2 if you multiply it. Let the third option is the answer. This is also a different always give it well. Linear differential equation is very important and we will paper giving differential and this is here directly they given only the linear different and I don't think the small concept limit. Just without giving the values directly passing through like that they will be the questions generally. But for this little change limit extending to 1 minus y of x is 1 limit. Okay. Now we will go for next section. And integral 5 by 6 to 5 by 4 you are given a mistake of x minus 5 by 6 belongs to x plus 5 by 3 plus 1. Just this is if you see that part of a minus b formula like it is looking that if you take it part of a plus b. Part of a minus b formula part a part b plus 1 I or b minus. Okay, now this form in the numerator form it is looking. That's why I'm trying to convert it to the form part a part b plus 1. It is equal to part b minus part a into part of a minus b. Here what are a and b values? Already they given into the x minus 5 by 3 x plus 5 by 3. Just if you substitute it here part b part of x plus 5 by 3 I am considering part a minus part of x minus 5 x minus 3. And write it part of a minus b x plus 5 by 3 minus of x minus 5 by 3. Then x get cancelled and we get a minus t bracket under t or 2 pi. Then now we can do it in the integration directly for formula by applying. That's why I am taking now here integral pi by 6 to pi by 4 or 2 pi by 3 value is which quadrant? Pi minus pi by 3 second quadrant, that is for pi by 3 integrated or pi by 3 that is minus 4 pi by 3. Okay. That you can write it as minus 1 by 3. Then we write it for the x plus pi by 3 minus 4 the x minus pi by 3 is. Okay, then if you apply the law of modulus, direct formula, log sin x, no, leaving your quad x is log sin x, then you can write x plus pi by 3 and minus log of modulus sin of x minus pi. Log of x then pi minus pi by 3 and apply the limits. 5 by 16. 5 by 16. Let's try applying the limit and to have a straight application. We get the answer 1 by 2. So for case we get 1 by 2. Okay, this is not calculated. It's here also you won't get any powers are not there. That's the directly I'm considering the value. And by substituting the sign of x plus 5 by 3 by 3 plus 5 by 3. 5 by 6 into 3 by 2 and 5 over sin 0 it will be 1 like that. We are getting for alpha equal to we are getting alpha value of alpha value. And reminding you to substitute that form you will get it. That's why substituting 5 by 3 first part 5 by 6 plus 6. That's why I will take it as alpha equal to 1. Okay, 3 alpha equal to 1 and squaring 9 alpha square. Starts. This is the range of that function. The number of values of z belongs to C. Satisfying the equations. Modulus z minus 2 plus a by equal to root delta a. This is nothing but circle. Yes. So, thus we have here also B. What we have is X. And this is nothing but it is in the form of C plus. Yes, there is D. What is yes? 3 of 5. Yes, dash 5 of 11. Yes, and 2A. 2A is nothing but 4 to 5. 5 of 11. We'll find out the distance between yes and yes dash. The distance between S and S dash is nothing but 2AB. A by calculating B minus 5 whole square over square root of 5 minus 11 square root 36. We have 4 plus 36 square. 2A is nothing but 4 root 5 base 3 and square root 40 square 40 will make it square root of 40 into 5 as just by writing B equal to 10 by 4 root 5 1 by 2 yes, the number of values of Z belongs to C, satisfying the equation belongs E equal to 1. And from this, already A value we do, I try to calculate B square equal to A square into 1 minus C square. Okay, A value is 2 root 5, and that is 20. 1 minus you know, we are putting 25 is 10. And B is just next time, check the circle. Check the circle radius also, what is given? Root 10 taken. That means minor axis is equal to the base. Minor axis is equal to the radius. See, end of it. Yes, sir. Minor axis is the radius. So we can draw the radius. means this is the minor axis as well as the main axis. That's why how many points it is intersecting Z, number of points, number of values of Z belongs to C gradient, and that's it. Yeah, and your and the next class will be taken by physics items. Yes, These
Hello, dear students. Yes, this is the last session of last semester. Second, we are taking nine sessions. So, just remember, compared to the standard of other papers, it's just the most of the questions are complex. Only few questions or questions are paid, except that we get questions are like that. So the first question looks to be very exciting. From kinematics, ball is moving with a speed of 10 meter per second. Balloon is going up to the speed of 10 meter per second. So the rate of 75 meters from the ground is phone is reducing and it is asking to control the distance. So we know that as the balloon is moving up this speed 10 meter per second, the speed of the sound is released from that it must be 10 meter per second in the upward direction. So this height is towards 75 meters. The height from where the sound is released, the person is calculate the distance. Can be solved directly. To use expanse formula, we get the maximum height reached by the sound for the element. If you square by 2 equal to 100 by 2 into 10, which is 5 meters. Distance is 5 meters. And again, comes back 5 meter distance in the so 10 plus 75. Answer is 85 meters. This is the second question from electronics. So, standard is appeared in most of the sessions. So, you are given a logic gate and you ask to find out the output of it. So, you can see that there are two AND gates, the output of this connected where no gate. So, the input A1 for the first one is A dot B. Then that is given to all gates plus A dot B. No gate. This we can find others. A dot B. And plus A give you the same. Is equal to by using the Boolean difference. This is the one. The third question is from photoelectric. There are two photos of wavelength lambda 1 and lambda 2. It's given by lambda 1 is equal to 2 lambda and lambda 2 is equal to lambda 2. So the maximum energy A1 is equal to 3K and K2 is equal to 3K. We are also calculating the work function and they instead on the same method. Again, formula is the question. C by lambda. K max is equal to C by lambda minus work function. So the first case, K max is 3K, K is equal to C by lambda 1, C lambda minus work function. Second case, K max is equal to K, that is equal to C by this lambda here minus 1. So we have to looking at the options, we have to express the work function in terms of lambda. So in order to eliminate it, we multiply this with P on other sides. We get that is to C by lambda minus C by 2 lambda is equal to 3 by minus. So this comes out to be 5 C by lambda. 5 C by lambda. 5 C by 2 lambda is equal to 2 pi. 5 is equal to 5 C by function is equal to 5 C by lambda. Third question, a block such as string has a natural frequency. The string is cutting into two equal parts. One half of the string is connected to the block. The frequency of the string is F2. Then we need to find out F2 by F1. So we know that the frequency of oscillation of the string of the system is 1 by 2 pi into K by F. And also we know that when a string is cut into two equal parts, the string constant K, string constant is inversely proportional to the length. So string constant K will be equal to 2 times 3. So now F2 by F1, everything remains constant. So F2 will be root 2K times what other constants, answer will be root and we take the ratio. So all the constants, the relation between length and the string constant and some string constant related to the frequency. Here is the question number 5. For reference projected from the ground on the same speed of same range. Find the range if the time applied are 5 seconds and 10 seconds respectively. Note the time applied. And it's also given that they have the same range. So we know that the continuity for having same range R1 equal to R2 when the angles are complementary. That is for theta and 90 minus theta, the range will be the same. So time of flight, the first case is given as 5 seconds. So time of flight is equal to 2u sin theta by g, that is equal to 5. And u sin theta is equal to going to be 25. Now time of flight in the second case is given as 10 seconds. So 10 equal to this is use sin 90 minus theta, that is going to be u cos theta. So u cos theta divided by g, you get u cos theta is equal to 15. Now the range formula is u square sin 2 theta by g, or we can also write it as 2 u sin theta into u cos theta divided by g. Putting the value of the sin theta into cos theta, it is into 25 50 divided by 10. This comes out to be 10 into 25 50. So only thing that we have to remember is ranges are equal for the complement numbers. In the question for units and dimensions, the new unit alpha of this unit such that is equal to the distance traveled by the light in back between 1 second. There is nothing but speed. Distance traveled by the light in 1 second. There is nothing but c. Speed of 3 into 10 over 8 meters. What is the distance d between us and earth in terms of this new unit? If the light takes 6 minutes 40 seconds to cover the same distance. So time taken 6 minutes 40 seconds. It is 6 into 16 means 16 plus 40, that is 400 seconds. Now speed. So c is taken as 1 unit of. So we are supposed to express the distance in terms of the units of alpha. So c is what we want is 1 unit of alpha. C equal distance divided by 400 seconds. So d is equal to 400 units of 400 units of alpha. Two objects mass 3 kg 104 and 120 meters in 50 seconds with the initial space of 5 and 20 meters per second. Based on the moment of the objects at 90 equal to 50 seconds. So very easy problem based on distance traveling in a second. Second is equal to 2 plus a minus 1/2. Putting the value there, Sn is equal to 104. 104 is equal to u minus 5 plus a1 is the acceleration. N minus 1/2 is t minus 1/2. So this comes out to be 104 minus 4 minus 5 is equal to a1 into 49/2. This is 90. Yeah, 100 minus 4. So 99/2. So this becomes 99 is equal to 8 into 99/2. To get the acceleration first is 2. Acceleration of first is 2 meters per second square. Similarly, we can calculate the acceleration is 2. Again, we use the same formula. So is equal to yeah, it's given us 120 meters. 120 meters is equal to u is given us plus acceleration plus a2 into n minus 1/2 again is 99/2 because it is in the same 50 second. So we get a2 into 99/2 is equal to 108. A2 is equal to 108 into 2 divided by 99. Let's make it like this. We are asked to find the direction of momentum. So momentum is positive velocity. So a1 by v2 is equal to m1. M1 is 350 into v1. Should find out the velocity after 50 seconds. So velocity after 50 seconds, a1 is equal to 5 plus 7 2 into time taken 5 0. So it is equal to 55 meters per second. So 3 into 55 divided by 52 is 2.5 into velocity v2 is equal to initial velocity 7 plus acceleration is 108 into 2 divided by 99 into 2 is. So that has to be taken here. This is v2 plus 108 into 2 divided by 99. This is something very straightforward versus direct question. And it comes out to be given the calculation that comes out to be around 1. Therefore, moment of a system of the two charges given to. So given 8 microcoulombs and other one is -2 microcoulombs. They are at distances, they are at positions 2 IR plus 3 IR plus 3 IR. So position vector this is given as 2 IR plus 3 IR plus 3 IR. And the position vector of the other one is given as I plus j plus k. We are asked to calculate the dipole moment. You remember it is one of the questions which we have given by the recent exam, except the biology. So dipole moment V bar is equal to Q into R bar. R bar is the position vector from the negative charge to positive charge. So Q is 3 microcoulombs. 3 microcoulombs. Now R bar is the position vector. Dipole moment is from negative charge to positive. So we should take this vector minus this. 3 microcoulomb minus position vector minus 3. That is 2 IR minus IR is IR plus 3 IR minus IR is 2 IR plus 3 IR minus IR is 2 IR. And we are asked to calculate the magnitude of the dipole moment. Magnitude of the dipole moment is 3 is given in micrometers and 4 in microcoulomb into magnitude of this is the root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square is 3 microcoulombs into this number of 1 plus 1. So it's 3 and so it is 3 into 3 9 microcoulombs. So this Here is a question, test mechanics. Okay. We compare with all the questions which we have discussed so far in the students kind of this one bigger. Not bigger, it is a standard question. You might have seen it in your examinations which we have conducted. Even grand test which we have given model questions many number of times. So it is not a new question, but slightly lengthy. So what is given as there is a cylinder, solid cylinder, whose center of mass is lying at the rest of the elements. And given triangular velocity, omega of the cylinder is given as d by r. Okay, and v is equal to this volume is 9 meter per second. Find the time after which it starts to round. So it's not a the reason is for the pure order velocity of this first point should be 0. And that is possible that we CO is equal to R omega, but is equal to R omega. It's not a pure order. So there is coefficient which is given there. 0.2. Which direction the friction provides. And the forward direction. So for pure order, this point should be addressed. Now, if you calculate the velocity of this speed, velocity of point B with respect to central mass is equal to R omega. With respect to central mass is R omega in the backward direction. You put it as minus sign. And velocity of B minus velocity of central mass is equal to minus omega. Velocity of the point B is equal to minus R omega plus velocity. Plus velocity of central mass. So we can see that it's 3R and this is the forward direction. So velocity of central mass is the forward direction. Velocity of the point P is the forward direction. Right? So obviously it should be very stop the point P and hence it should be the backward direction. This is the direction. Right. So this is the direction which is. What we want is the time after which is not pure. So as I said, the pure order is happened and the velocity of central mass is equal to omega. So let us say that the sometimes the velocity is v dash is equal to omega dash. So this is the condition for the if you use the force equation, then for accommodate which shows the one direction. So if is equal to mu into normal conductance, mu is equal to 0.25. The normal conductance is Lg, and it's not there. No problem. So when you use G itself, it's equal to mass of acceleration. It is going to be the retardation because it shows us its backward direction. So Young's answer, you get that expression equal to 4.5 into mass. So right in the force equation, we get acceleration and also the kinetic equation for the central mass V is equal to mu plus At inverse, who is time minus because this retarding is backward velocity of central mass. So minus 2.59 into T is the velocity. Alright. Now we'll write the torque equation. Torque equation is very common. So here the torque is the chances. The friction again. We already have here. So it is 2.5 so 2.25 here. Into Z of equal to I equal alpha is inverse to alpha is minus omega minus omega is this line divided by. Now we can write omega plus V is equal to R omega and omega is equal to V by R. Putting that, that's here. So 2.5. But R will be cancelled is equal to R by 2 divided by T in omega dash is V by R, V dash by R minus T initial velocity is time divided by time by time by initial velocity by 4. So this is initial velocity. So these are other effects. How do you use those equations? Have you using the problem? Right. So this is how the elements. And to take this to here, this is 5 is equal to B dash minus 9 by 4. We put C here. So we have B dash is equal to 5T plus 9 by 4. Now take this B dash to the second equation. This is actually B dash final. So substitute the value of B dash in equation these two, we get 5T plus 9 by 4 is equal to 9 minus 2.5T. Bring it here, 7.5T is equal to 9 minus 9.4. So calculate this, this will become 3 and this by 4 into T will be equal to 7 divided by 4 divided by 7. That is going to be 0.9. So this is the no, you can do this problem by using the angular momentum kind of another way. Initial pressure and volume of the monotonic gas SPIP is expanded by 27 times its initial volume. Find the magnitude of change in internal energy. So if the monotonic gas is equal to 3, it's an adiabatic process, and you are asked to find out the change in internal energy. You know that change in internal energy delta is equal to NCV delta NCV delta. So now we need to find out the change in internal energy. So it's an adiabatic process. You can try T into e power gamma minus 1 is the constant. So T1 over gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 power gamma minus 1. It's a monotonic gas, so 1 plus 2 by F. It's going to be 5 by T. Gamma is 1 by F. T1 into V1 power 5 by 3 minus 1. So it is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is equal to T2 into T2. T2 is 27 times V1. So 27 times to the power 2.3 into V1 power 20. This one for the sides. So this is 51 is equal to into cubic into 27 is 3, it's fine. T2 is equal to T1 by the final temperature. So now see the option is not in terms of temperature. So of course we would have done T power gamma equal to constant. Okay, it's fine. So we got temperature as given by 9. Now we can write delta is equal to N CB delta T. CB is required into R. Delta T is change in temperature, that is T1 by 9 minus T. So this comes out T into R into 3 by 2 into this 8 T1 by 9. Right, so this is D by 2. This is 4 times, this is 3 times. So we get 4 by 3 into T. Now, initial pressure is T, initial volume is V. So we can use C for energy. V for energy. So energy is 20, so 4 by 3 into T is that. Magnetic field represented in terms of epsilon naught and it will be as P naught over X, epsilon over Y, E over Z. x, y, z, x plus y plus. That is the formula we use. You know that it's of electricity and magnetic, you know, the V naught is equal to 1 by root of V naught into x naught. So now V naught is equal to from electromagnetic waves. So V naught root of V naught into epsilon naught. So now the power of V naught is 1. So x equal to z equal to 1, x equal to 1 by 2, and y equal to 8. That is 1 plus 8 by 2. So right now we are having 10 terms, like 25 millimeter, centimeter, 5 centimeters here. Current in the solid. The current in the solid now changes from 3.14 second. Then the average EMF induced. We know that. So average induced EMF is delta plus minus plus divided by delta as it is average. So this is equal to fluxes, as you know, VA. So V final minus area is V initial into area divided by time. So A divided by T is a constant. P is 0 L I 2. What is changing is current. So 0 L I 2, take 0 L common, I1. So substitute the values. Area is equal to 5 centimeters square, so 5 minus 4 divided by time. Time is changing in 3.14 second. A into mu naught. Substitute the value of mu naught minus 7. N is the number of transfer unit length. Here given 10 turns divided by length is given in the directly 10 power minus 3 meters. Number of turns length into I2 minus I1, and this change from 2 to 4 is 4 minus 2. This after simplification comes out B. Question number 13, a car is moving with a speed of 54 km per hour, takes a turn of radius 20 meters, 90 made by the bow of the sea. Standard question. So the pendulum will be taking such 90 such a way that the force over the cylinder is equal to centripetal. It's moving in a circular path. Basically, it has to get limited that it's not acting in the movie. So the forces are here, which is T, so it will be T cos theta, and this is T sin theta. T sin theta is the net force toward the center. We write T sin theta is equal to M squared by R centripetal force, and T cos theta is equal to Mg. Dividing the two equations, we get tan theta is equal to B squared by RC. You ask to find out over theta, so G square value divided by 2 is given us denominator 15 meter per second. 15 divided by R is the radius, is 20 meters. G and we take us 10. So this is 225 divided by 200. It comes to 9 divided by 8. So this is option A. Here is a question from optics. Direction vector of instant and refracted light are us. So you are given two vectors. One is the vector along the refracted, that is along refracted ray. You also find out the values. So if you write the formula for refraction, so mu1 sin theta and incidence is equal to mu2 sin theta. So how do we actually present so the derivation we can do it like this. We consider a unit vector along the I cap. And we take a loading vector along the normal area. This element is going to be just extended this. So the same line, this is the extended loading vector along the extended, this is the loading vector along the normal. So now we can write area cos theta is equal to as it is loading vector. Similarly, let us say this is the refracted plane and this magnitude meter 2. We can write RKR is unit vector along the refracted plane cos theta is equal to sin theta 2. Putting that together, we get mu1 I cap cross cap is equal to mu2 R cap cross mu1 by 1. So 1 I cap cross I cap is the I bar. So I cap is 2 I cap minus 3 J cap divided by 2 of 2 square plus 3 is root 2 4 plus 9 cross in caps along the negative y direction, so it has minus J cap. So equal to mu2 is equal to 3 by 2 R cap. R cap is the unit vector of the refractor is C I cap minus 6 J cap divided by the modulus of R bar is root of 6 square plus 26 cross again minus J cap cross N cap is along the negative y direction. So this after simplification 2 and minus this will be 4 minus theta. This will become 0 divided by root 30 is equal to 3 by 2 into second minus c theta divided by root 6 square plus 6. Simplifying this, we get the value of c. And this comes out to be 24 by 1. Simplify value. Here is the last question that we got by the memory. This is all the discussed which we have discussed is based on summary of the students. So it may be different from the actual question paper slightly, and the concept will be repeated or the same. So the 15 question that we got was numerical based question. I'm getting the question which is already being asked for many times. I've seen this question. And we can say most of the questions are the repeated models. Many of the questions are repeated models, and most of them are the questions which we have already seen in the study material. And also, I think we have touched almost all the questions which are already covered in our grand test papers or in the weekend test. Almost all the questions which are not only in this particular session, in all the sessions, the questions which we have seen in physics are the questions which are already given in the grand test, which is conducted by the direct test, but the concepts are repeated almost 100%. When a drop is falling with the terminal velocity v1 in a class, the drop speeds is for ideal drop. If one solved the problem falls with the terminal velocity v2, then you are asked to find out the ratio v1 by v2. Very easy question. You see the expression for the terminal velocity. This is normally is asked. This is remember for JX. You can derive the terminal velocity. Because for terminal velocity force to be 0, so this is for this 6 by 8 v should be equal to m, which is minus by force. This is the concept. Substitute mass and terms of density and finally we will get terminal velocity, the net force will be 0. Right. So this is what we find here, and this is supposed to be remembered for daily exam. So this value is supposed to answer. What is given in draw is related to 64 equal parts. So the only thing is the calculation of the radius of the equal parts. So as we know that the equal work, this is we come across many situations in physics to calculate the new radius of equal volume. So 4 by 3 pi r cube, the volume of the bigger sphere, is equal to 4 by 3 pi small r cube into resistance. You get that R is equal to C. That's it. This is equal to 4 times R. Small r is equal to 1 by 3. So radius of the droplet is 1 by 3. Now, yes, d1 by d2. d1 is proportional r square, and the bigger radius r square divided by this is r square by 1 square. So d1 by d2 is equal to 6. So that's it. These were the questions that we could get based on the memory of the students. 15 questions, and as you can see, except one or two questions, most of the questions are very direct, online based, and students are expected to get a very good score, maybe around 80 or 80 plus, have a very good percentage in physics if the question is like this. Maybe one or two questions slightly, but then it's not a new model question. They are the questions which are already updated in the examinations. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. It's a chemistry questions from JEE Mains, shift to 2. The first question. So it's from chemical bonding chapter. Here is asking the bond length. Bond length is related to the bond order. Then it's a chemical bond, chapter chemical bond it is. And it is related to the molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory. In this, we have to calculate the bond length. Bond length is inversely proportional to the bond order. As the bond order increases, bond length decreases. So to calculate the bond order, we have a principle like a 1 by 2 of Nb minus Na, number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbital. But already we calculated and we have some data regarding this bond order. Let us say a molecule is having 14 electrons, then we may write the bond order is as 3.0. And if it possesses the 15 electrons, so it's a 2.5. Then if it possesses the 16 electrons, it will be a 2.0. If it possesses that 17 electrons, you may say that 1.5 is the bond order. Then 18 electrons are there, then the bond order is 1.01. Now, in our question, so bond length is asking. So I want to calculate the bond order. Now they gave us molecules like a O2 plus. O2 plus is one molecule. And one more they gave us O2 minus, then O2, then O2 minus 2. We have the different molecular species or ionic species of the oxygen. First one is oxonium ion. This is oxonium ion, and it's a superoxide. This one is oxygen, dioxygen, and it's a peroxide. We know the number of electrons present in it. Number of electrons to be calculated to calculate the bond order. So oxygen is having the 16 electrons and is having positive means 16 minus 5 is having the 15 electrons. Here oxygen is having 16 and adding one electron because his negative is gained one electron. Molecule gained one electron, then you may say it's a superoxide is having the 16 plus 1, then 17 electrons it has. So here it is having 15 electrons, and here it's a 16 plus 1, 17 electrons. This one is having 16 electrons, and here is having 18 electrons. So based on this number of electrons, already we calculated, and we are using this one for easiness. But actual the bond order will be calculated uh, by using the principle called 1 by 2 of Nb minus Na. Here 15 electrons are there. I can take directly, its a bond order is as a 2.5. It's a bond order. It's a 2.5. Then O2 minus superoxide is there. Superoxide is having 17 electrons. That's a 1.5. So 1.5 is a bond order. And O2 is a dioxygen is having 16 electrons. Its a bond order is a 2.0. And O2 minus 2, it is a peroxide. In this, how many electrons are there? 18 electrons. That says bond order is 1. So bond order is increasing from O2 plus bond order is O2 plus is having higher than the O2 minus and is having 2.0. Sorry, here is a O2, yeah, oxygen, and here it's a O2 minus 2. This is a bond order. Now bond length order will be like this. So O2 plus is having the least, then O2 minus, then O2. Then you may say that O2 minus 2, minus 2. This will be the bond order, increasing of bond order. They are asking the same thing, increasing order of a bond length. So O2 plus is there, O2 minus is there, and O2 plus is a least. So in this one, O2 plus is a least. Here also O2, then O2 minus, then O2, then O2 minus 2. So that will be the answer. So here a small print mistake is there. O2 minus 2, O2 plus, O2 plus, O2 minus, this one O2 minus, yeah, O2. Yeah, increasing order means vote. This one is the answer, correct answer, O2 plus like this. Next one. Yeah, this is regarding electrochemistry. So here they are asking electrode potentials. So the electrode potentials of which one is asking Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3. So here they are giving like a E naught of standard electrode potential of Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3. So is how much? But they gave us electrode potential, standard electrode potential of Fe plus 2 Fe is as the X volts, X volts. Of course, they are reduction potential. We can see this. Your plus 2 to 0, the decrease of oxidation state, reduction potential, standard reduction potential. Here, standard reduction potential of Fe plus 3 as Fe, they gave us a Y volts, Y volts. Now, using this data, we have to calculate the electrode potential of Fe plus 2 to plus 3. But it is not a oxidation, it's not a reduction potential, it is a oxidation potential, Now, for this, we can easily calculate the electrode potential of a particular one by using Fe plus, this one, Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2. And Fe plus 2 to Fe I am writing. Then Fe plus 3 is going to convert as a Fe there, Fe. Now, number of electrons involved, just I'm taking it as N1 and its electrode potential, like a Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2. It's a reduction potential. Now, this one is considered as N2, number of electrons involved in this, and E naught of Fe plus 2 or to Fe. And here I'm taking N3, Fe plus 3 to Fe of electrode potential. Fe is here. Now, using this data, I can easily calculate the value. This value they gave us Fe plus 2 to Fe is given as X. This one is X. And here, so Y Fe plus 3 to Fe is given as Y there. Fe plus 3 to Fe, they gave us a Y. Now, you can write N3 of electrode potential of Fe plus 3 to Fe, which is equals to number of electrons involved for this conversion. It's a Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2. plus, yeah, N2 of electrode, standard electrode potential of Fe plus 2 to Fe. Now, whatever the data they gave, I'm going to substitute there. Number of electrons involved for this one, plus 3 to 0, is a 3 electrons. Then standard electrode potential of Fe plus 3 to Fe, that value is already given to us. That's how much, Yeah, it's yeah. So its number of electrons will be 3. And here this value is given as Y, which is equals to N1, number of electrons involved here only 1. And this one taken as some electrode potential of Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2, because it's not given. N2, number of electrons involved here will be the 2. Electrode potential they gave us X, Fe plus 2 to X. Now, this one electrode potential, standard electrode potential of Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2 is equals to, so this is 3x, my mistake, 3x, this is 3y, sorry, 3y minus 2x. So 3y minus 2x is not the answer, because they asked this one, Fe plus 2 to plus 3, oxidation potential. We got a reduction potential here. To convert that Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3, yeah, just I'm writing minus of 3y minus 2x, which is equals to, yeah, 2x minus 3y is our answer. They gave us a 2x minus 3y as an answer. Isn't it? It's a very easy. It's actually biomolecules chapter, threonine, serine, tyrosine, cysteine. They are the amino acids, alpha amino acids, threonine, serine, tyrosine, cysteine. But thing is that they are asking a reaction with a neutral ferric chloride. Neutral ferric chloride. So if you know about the structure and its functional groups, we can easily say whether it react with that or not. So threonine is one alpha amino acid, I said, alpha amino acid, CHCOOH. This one CH, OHCH3 is the structure of threonine. Serine is also one more alpha amino acid, is having the CHNH2 COH. Of course, it is again alpha amino acid. Tyrosine is aromatic alpha amino acid. Its structure is this one CH2 CH NH2 COOH. This one alpha amino acid. Cysteine is a sulfur containing amino acid. This one, the structure is having like this RCH NH2 COOH. We have an idea regarding that neutral ferric chloride. Neutral ferric chloride on reaction with a phenol is going to give the violet color complex. It's a complex of iron. So in this one, there is no phenolic OH. This is alcoholic OH. And here also alcoholic OH group, but here is the phenolic group. Therefore, is going to give the violet color. Then the answer is 3. So tyrosine is the correct answer for us. Next question. It is from that periodic properties, and it's a very easy. NS2. So they gave the list 1 and a list 2. Here N equals to 2 means 2s2. You can write it as a beryllium better. This one is a boron. This one is a nitrogen. This one is a neon, because 2s2, 2p6 neon. Now neon is a inert gas. It's having octet configuration. To removal of for the removal of electron required much energy, means so here 2080 will be the highest in this. Therefore, I can take that one. So in the second period, left to right, the size decreases. So when you compare with the beryllium, actually boron is having a higher than beryllium, than nitrogen. So shall I use this nitrogen as a 1402 is as the correct one here. Then beryllium would have the higher than boron. So I'm taking this one, then this one. What would be the answer here? Yes, A, D. First, A is 2. A is 2 here and here. Then B is 5. B is 5. But this one print mistake here, it should be 4. B4 and C1, C1, D3. So the answer is the third one. This is the correct option. Next one. It is from chemical equilibrium. It's very easy. And it's x2 plus y2 gives rise to 2xy. K1 is given as 25 into 10 power minus 6. Xy plus 1 by 2 of z2 gives rise to xyz. It's a equilibrium constant is given. The equilibrium constant of both the reactions will be like this. Now, what is asking? What is K3? Means one more equation they gave us. For that, how to calculate the K3? At any cost, what we have to do? We need this equation. So using these two equations, we have to get this equation. How can we do it? So here he is saying that half x2 means I want to make it a half. Means if we divide it by 1 by, if you multiply with a 1 by 2 or divide by 2, so we'll get this one, this equation. So I'm writing over here, half of x2 plus half of y2, half mole, that says, gives rise to xy, and it's a rate constant k1 equals to 25 into 10 power minus 6 whole power 1 by 2. That's going to give us 5 into 10 power minus 3. Minus 3 will be the equilibrium constant. Then xy, this is the xy plus half of z2 giving us the xyz. It's a k2 equals to is given as 5 into 10 power minus 3 only. So now if I take the addition of these two equations, product side xy is there, reactant side xy is there, I can remove that. Then half of x2 plus half of y2 gives rise to xyz. So while addition of these two equations you are getting in the sense, so the equilibrium constant will be k1 into k2. So what is the k1 we got? 5 into 10 power minus 3. K2 is 5 into 10 power minus 3. It gives us 25 into 10 power minus 6. This can be rearranged as 2.5 into 10 power minus 5 as for our answer. So into 10 power minus 5 will be the correct answer for us. The next question will be bromine trifluoride auto-ionizes to form BrF2 plus. It's a cationic and this one is anionic. So this is BrF3. BrF3. It's a bromine trifluoride. So is combining with one more BrF3 say, then it's going to give one of the fluorine will be transferred from here to here. That gives us loss of F minus will give the positive ion plus, and BrF4 minus is giving us anion. Now, so the hybridization state of this one is sp3 and is having the two lone pairs. And here it is sp3d2. So is having two lone pairs. Then is going to get a bent shape. And this one is a square planar. Now, so the answer 3 would be the correct one. Then, so it's related to the haloalkanes and haloarenes. It's one of the easy example, easy. But the thing is that they gave us two statements. This is a statement one say, boiling point follows the order. So he's saying CH3, CH2, CH2I, CH3, CH2I. So they are homologous of alkyl iodides. In that, as the number of carbons increases, molecular mass increases. But thing is that boiling point, so generally, as a gram molecular mass or molecular weight increases, boiling points decreases. But thing is that here molecular mass is greater, but he is saying is a greater. So you may say that, so this will be incorrect statement. It should be like this, but they gave this one means this statement is incorrect. Now statement 2, melting point. Generally the melting point depends upon the packing efficiency. Greater the packing efficiency, greater will be the melting point for isomers, I'm saying. So here it's a para product is more symmetric and it's a much uh, uh, packing efficiency and much packing efficiency. So packing efficiency is greater in the sense melting point should be the greater, but they said as lesser. So we may say that this is also incorrect. Then so boiling point, melting point will be like this. Greater the packing efficiency, greater would be the melting point. But it is not like that. So we may say that both the statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. Next one. So they gave us a list 1 and a list 2. In this mass of molecules, they gave number of molecules are here. Yeah. This is very simple. So in order to calculate the number of molecules can be calculated. Number of molecules is equals to. So we may say that weight upon gram molecular weight into, yeah, now this is Avogadro's number, say Avogadro's number. Now they gave us milligrams. So we have to convert that into the grams because we are going to use the gram molecular mass. So I'm taking weight as 1.8, gram molecular weight is 18 into 10 power minus 3, I'm writing milli. Then Avogadro number will be as it is Na. Because they haven't multiplied, again it will be as Na itself, Avogadro number. So it's going to give us, so will give us a 10, means it is going to give us 1 into 10 power minus 4. So minus 4. So it will be like this. P and 4 is the correct answer. Then in the same manner, if we calculate it 1.8 upon 12 into 10 power minus 3 into Avogadro number. So once we do, so 6 2 and 6 3 is 18. So it's a 3 by 20 means 1.5. So no, 1.5, it is 1.5 into 10 power minus 4. So the this one is a correct, then this one. Next 4.9 by 98 into Avogadro number 10 power minus 3 into Avogadro number. So we are going to get a like this 41 twos, it's a 0.5 into 10 power minus 4. So we'll get this. So in the same manner, we are going to get this one. So it's a 49 twos for 0.5 into 10 power minus 4. So this is correct, of course. So this is 11.2, 11.7 into 10 power minus 3 upon 58.8, 58.5 sodium chloride. So into Avogadro's number, that's going to give us this one. So will be the answer, correct answer, we can choose it. Now P is as 4, it's and next then Q is as 2. So the second option is correct there. Now it's from organic chemistry. So organic chemistry. Now it's very simple. Sodium borohydride is a reducing agent. It can reduce the aldehydes and the ketones. There is a aldehyde part. This is an amidic part. So it can't be reduced by the sodium borohydride. Then, so we'll get this product. In this, nitrogen is there, and here CH2, C double bond OH. Once it reduces by the sodium borohydride, are going to get this one. So CH2, CH2OH, alcohol. Aldehydes are converting as alcohols. Now, next step they gave us the sodium hydroxide, means in basic medium. So first is going to be hydrolyzed. Amides undergo hydrolysis. Then we'll get a C double bond O, OH, then CH2, then CH2. This is having one more CH2 over here. This one is having NH, CH2, OH. So where we have that one, yeah, this one is having a like this COOH, CHO2, CH2, NHF, and this CHO2 became like this. So the option 3 is the correct answer there. Next. So here CO, it's a very easy reaction, and your carbon monoxide is an electrophile along with the HCl. In the presence of AlCl3, it's a Coles reaction. Then we'll get a aldehyde over here, benzaldehyde. So electrophilic substitution reaction. Carbon monoxide on reaction with HCl will get a carbonyl chloride, and later on we'll get a formyl free carbocation. So now this one is Friedel-Crafts acylation is the benzene on reaction with acetyl chloride. Friedel-Crafts acylation, the AlCl3 will give us the acetophenone, but is not asking the products. So one P, this one, on reaction with a Q, we are going to Z. In the presence of a sodium hydroxide and heating, generally, so we can use this one as the aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation, C6H5, this C double bond O. And here 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen I can remove directly. So then we'll get a CH double bond and CH C6H5. This is the product we are going to get here. Now, in this benzene ring, there are 3 pi bonds. In this phenyl group, of course, the 3, and here is 1, and here 1. Totally 8 pi bonds are there in this molecule. 8 will be the answer there. So it's very easy. Next one. This is the easiest problem among all the problems. So they gave us a wavelengths lambda 1, lambda 2, and is asking the ratio of E1 and E2. This is the easiest, and even very dull student, a slow learner will also do this one. Then E1 by E2 is equals to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Simply by substituting the values, you are going to get like this. E1 by E2 is equals to lambda 2 is given as 6,000 upon 3,000. Then we'll get a 2. So the answer is 2 for this one, 2. It's easy. Next, number of monobrominated products in the following reaction, including stereoisomers, they asked. It's a good question, say. And it's isopentane, 1, 2, 3, isopentane. Yeah, here I'm writing the products, possible products. Here the substitution can be, here we can do the substitution, here we can do the substitution, and here also we can do the substitution. So at first, I'm taking the substitution at this carbon. So once a monobromine means monobromination, when occurs, bromine will be substituted as like this. And is not having any chiral carbon atoms. So we need not to check whether it is going to exhibit the stereoisomers or not. And the second one. So here the bromination, when a bromination occurs over here, are getting like this. Bromine is here and CH3. Now when you see this carbon, so it's a chiral carbon because this side CH3 group and it's a bulky group and bromine and hydrogen will be there. It means, so this one going to have only one molecular structure, and here we are going to have D and L means we have 2 there. And once a bromination occurs over here, so we can write a bromine over here, then CH3. Still, it is not having any chiral carbons, then is going to have 1. Once the bromination, when we done at this place, so this carbon is having a chiral center. So is going to have the 2 isomers, stereoisomers, D and L isomers. Then 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 means we are going to get 6 isomers. So this is easy. It's a number of aromatic compounds from the following. So to exhibit the aromaticity, so some set of rules to be followed as per our facts we faced. First one should have the cyclic structure, flat structure should be there, means planar, and delocalization would be there. And mainly, it should follow the Huckel's rule 4n plus 2 equals to pi electrons. So when we do it like this, n should be 0, 1, 2, 3, like that, so on. First one going to get that data, so it's aromatic in nature. But this carbon is not having the delocalization. It means there is no conjugation between this. Is not aromatic. Is non-aromatic. Here also it is not there because these electron will be here itself. No delocalization of these pi electrons, so it's not a aromatic compound. But this is an aromatic compound. How you know? So for all that first three will be satisfied, and the last one 4n plus 2 is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to the 14. 4n equals to 12, then n equals to, we are getting the 3. So 3 is there in our n value. So we may say that follows Huckel's rule. So the answer is 2. 2 only. Easy. Next, number of paramagnetic complexes among the following. So what is that? First, tetrabromomanganate 2 ion. So in this manganese is a +2 in state, +2. And here it's a chlorine, tetrachloronickelate 2 ion is also having Ni +2. Here also Ni +2. And here Ni 0, nickel 0. The cobalt is with a +3 oxidation state. Here iron is with a +2 oxidation state. Titanium is with a 6 - 3 means oxidation state is 3 there, 3. Now Mn +2 matlab it's actually 25, 4s2 3d5. But we can write a 4s0 3d5 over here, 3d5 configuration. And a nickel +2 iron, cobalt nickel, not 28. So from there you are removing 2 electrons means 4s0 3d8. Should write like that. Same thing, Ni +2 will be written as like Ni +2. It's a 4s0 3d8. But this nickel is there. Here actually at first the configuration is 4s2 3d8. 4s2 3d8. Then cobalt +3. Yeah, iron, cobalt, 27 - 3, 4s0 3d6. Then one more is Fe +2. Fe +2 it is. Fe +2 means 4s0 3d6 only, 3d6. And titanium +3, it's a 4s0 3d1 is the electronic configuration. But when you see that ligands, so bromine is there, it's a weak field ligand. Bromine going to give weak field ligand, it's a, and Cl is also a weak field ligand. Then cyanide is a strong field ligand. We know that strong field ligand, it is C is going a strong field ligand. Then here one more iron, nickel, first nickel for this, second nickel, and third one carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide also very strong field ligand according to our spectrochemical series. So it is the strongest ligand. Now, cobalt +3, F- ions are weak field ligands. And Fe +2, here Cn- going to give, apply the strong field ligand. And one more, titanium +3, Cn- is again strong field ligand. So using this data, we have to write like this. Once a weak field ligand is there, means no more the rearrange of the electron redistribution can't be happened. So number of unpaired electrons will be as it is. Then we can say hybridization is sp3. These 5 electrons will be like that only. S and p orbital will participate. Then 5 unpaired is there. Unpaired when it possesses unpaired electrons, it's a paramagnetic. Now you say that this one is a paramagnetic in nature. NiCl4, still it is the same hybridization, sp3 hybridization. There are 2 unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons are there. So it is again the paramagnetic in nature. Since the presence of Cn minus, like a strong field ligand, the hybridization state is a dsp2, no 0, then it is a diamagnetic. So it's not in our answers. Then Ni plus C, once the carbon monoxide ligands will approaches the nickel to form the NiCO taken 4. So these two electrons will be rearranged into the 3D. So the configuration became 3D10. The hybridization is sp3, tetrahedral, diamagnetic, no unpaired electrons. Cobalt plus 3, F6CO, F6, this one. Again, is a weak field ligand and is having the unpaired electrons. So sp3d2 is a hybridization state, sp3d2. So number of unpaired electrons will be there in it. So how can we write unpaired electrons? 6 are there, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 will be there means 4 are unpaired electrons. So there are 4 unpaired electrons in it that I'm writing. So it's a paramagnetic in nature, para. Now COF6 minus 3 is a paramagnetic in nature. And Fe plus 2. So Fe plus 2 with a Cn minus, of course 3d6 is there, rearrangement occurs, rearrangement matlab. So forcefully paired up with against of Hund's rule, 2, 4 and 6 will be there. The hybridization became sp3, sorry, d2 sp3. It's a d2 sp3 hybridization 0. So it's a diamagnetic in nature. Ti plus 3 is there. So of course is showing as one unpaired electron. See, since it is D2 sp3 hybridization and one unpaired, you may say that it is a paramagnetic. So this one is para, this one is a diamagnetic, this one is diamagnetic. So the answer is 4. So 4 will be the answer. Next, solid carbon. Calcium oxide and calcium carbonate are mixed and allowed to attain equilibrium at a T Kelvin such that calcium carbonate gave this one and its equilibrium constant with respect to the pressure. And here also with respect to the pressure they give. So once we take this equation, so like a Kp1 is equals to product, partial pressures of a product of a gaseous substance means only one is there, CO2. It's a solid. So directly you can take it as like this. So shall I? Here I'm taking partial pressure of a carbon dioxide. So from here also we can write like this. Kp2 is equals to, so partial pressure of a carbon monoxide square upon partial pressure of a carbon dioxide. Now, so they're saying that mixed and allowed to attain the equilibrium at T. Then, so only 2 are there, one carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide over here. This value is given to us. What is that value? 0.08 is nothing but partial pressure of a carbon dioxide. And here Kp2 is also given that value as a 2. And here partial pressure of a carbon monoxide square upon this value, it's a partial pressure of a carbon dioxide. This value is given. Here I'm writing carbon monoxide is equals to 2 into this 0.08, which can be written as 0.16. It can be written as 16 into 10 power minus 2. So it's a partial pressure of a carbon monoxide is equals to root over 16 into 10 power minus 2, which is 4 into 10 power minus 1. So the answer, they are asking x into 10 power minus 1. So we can say that 4 is the answer for us. Next one. Thank you.